Hello everyone, it's me Sleeks. Welcome. Today we're going to talk about how to build a good GVG defense and things you should think about when creating one. So at the moment there's like three different metas. There is one where they try to kill your tank. There's one where they try to swarm you, which means they try to take up all the block spaces on your unit so they can run units through you. And there's a third one which is flyers. They try to fly over you. There's also more, but it's hard to defend versus everything. So we can focus on the three first I mentioned. So if you check my team here now, this is pretty good versus everything. It's not unbeatable because right now it's really hard to create a good defense, but I think it's pretty good. So I have Brook here as a tank. I have Arakas that can hit the front line. She can also help with air units. She has her snare. We have Valkyria that can hit air units with her ultimate, which is really good. And we also have Silas here. On top of that, we have Hollow that gives rage regen to everyone. And that's something that's also important to think about when you're building a defense. Units with high cooldown on their ultimates is easier to play around when you're attacking teams that have that. So try to focus on units with low cooldown on their ultimates. Boreas is still good because of his passive, but I don't like that many of the high cooldown units. So this defense has a lot of legendaries, as you can see, Brook here, Araka, Valkyria, Silas. But what can you do if you don't have that many good heroes? So I will show you a couple other defenses here, and I will also show you what's good in the fortress. So this is a little bit more free-to-play friendly team, or if you're like mid-game. We have Oleg, we have Isolde, we have Vortex, we have Boreas, and we have Maul. Maybe you don't have Boreas here, but other units you could use are like Comet, Nocturne. There's a bunch of different units you can use here, and you can also use Hollow here for more rage regen, which is really nice for this team also. This team though has a few more weaknesses and can lose to a couple of teams, but sometimes you have to play with what you have. So moving on to the next team. So I tried to build a couple of more free-to-play friendly teams, but it's so hard in the new GVG with all the slots being so limited, like this slot here. You can't place the tanks that many slots, so instead of showing you a bad one, I will show you a pretty good one. Shout out to Livian though, I haven't showed her in the video yet, and she is a pretty good tank to be an epic. So for this team we have Brukir, Valkyria, Hollow, Boreas and Silas. And this team is good versus all different attacks, so that's what I like with it. And something that I also really like is Silas together with Boreas, because I talked about ult timings before, and Silas ult is 20 seconds. He will start it a bit earlier than Boreas, and Boreas is 30 seconds. So that means Silas will have a easier time to come back to his ultimate before the next wave spawns. And we also have Hollow to help with this. And as you see here, I am focusing on giving Silas rage regen over Valkyria so he can get back faster. So it will be harder for the opponents to time it. I want to show you some defenses for the fortresses also. So I will show you a couple of those here now. So now we're in the fortress here, and this is a defense I really like. We're not on my account anymore, we are on Venom, so thank you for letting me lend your account. So this is something, if you have a stacked account, this is a really good defense in my opinion. Once again we have Silas with Boreas, it is a nice combo. We have Elwyn for rage regen to everyone, and she can heal Brookier here, and the skeleton that Cyrus will spawn here. Cyrus is really important here because this extra skeleton here helps with soaking a lot of damage, let's say flyers, necromancers. So this is an important factor, so have that in mind. Let's move on to another defense. So, here we have the classic Nightmare team. I still think this team is pretty good. It's not as strong as before, because it can lose versus a couple of teams, but I still think it's really nice, especially if you have high awakenings, like Arrogance A5 helps this team a lot. And I choose to show Carnelian here, Because what I like about her is she can make everyone invulnerable to damage. So let's say if someone bait the ults out and they send a Mo, Mo can't kill Arrogance in the backline because he will be invulnerable. So I really like her here. But if you don't have her, you can play like Leia, you can play Hollow, you can play Elwin. So I still think this team is pretty good, and this team you can also run on the normal defenses. It's the same there. So I wanted to show you one last defense here. For the last comp I want to show you, we're gonna play around Araka's 1 extra range. That means Sylas will be able to hit here. Same with Ajax, because he can get any Lord ability if he's in the team. There is one better option here though, and that's Pelagios. So if you have him, try him out instead, because he has a lower rage cap on his ultimate. That means he will be better versus swarm teams. And that's what this team will be weak versus, and that's why we're using Gun here to get that extra 3 block. So it will be a bit harder to time everything versus this team. Then we also have Lily here, and she is a piercer, so she will also get 1 extra range here. So why is Lily good then? Well, she has this passive, the Thorn Protection. So she can make 1 ally immune to death and also give them a HP shield. This effect can only trigger every 55 seconds though, so have that in mind. So let's say they swarm us with doggos here. Usually they will kill Araka here if they have strong BP. But with the help of Lily, we could actually save Araka here and kill the doggos. So I would also make Araka a bit tanky, play her like a hybrid damage tank. That's my recommendation here. Also, a shout out to Ray from the Dragon Slayers. He gave me inspiration to this comp. He showed another variation of it. Something else you can do that could be a bit fun, that I haven't tested myself, but you could try it. It is to bait your opponents. Let's say you play Sylas here. They might think this is a free kill, so they will send skeletons here and try to kill it, but Lily will save it. And then I think the skeletons will keep walking and leave Sylas alone. So then they have wasted 8 cost and a lot of time. The downside is this will go on a cooldown, the thing I showed before. So the comp will be a bit weaker for 55 seconds versus swarming. But I'm not sure they can time that good either. So if this is something you want to test out, feel free to do so. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye!